Hello everyone, I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Oh yes, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. We're doing something a little bit unusual today. This stream arises from sadly we're not watching Godzilla the Showa era films, although I'd love to do that. This stream arises from something that was talked about in the last stream, namely channel points. I've had channel points for a while, and I intended to do something with them, but as with many things in my life, it got away from me and I kind of lost track of it. And someone was like, well, I got like 1 billion channel points. What am I doing? What was this for? And so this stream is intended to kind of do a little bit of brainstorming and then also maybe start the process of are you gonna let people dox you if they get enough channel points? No, actually. But yeah, I want to kind of just come up with some ideas. I spoke with my Discord about it earlier today, and I've got some ideas of things we could potentially do that I'm gonna run past y'all, and I also would like you as the viewers to give me some feedback on the kinds of things that might be that the Discord's pretty cool. Well, you could join it by simply subscribing and then syncing it up with your Twitch. It's that easy. Can you buy scammy NFTs from me with my points? Yes. Sure. They're on their way. Anyway, yeah, so I've got some ideas I'm gonna run past y'all. In particular, what I think I would like from y'all is information about the kinds of animations that might be usable. One of the let's go ahead and switch over to the desktop. Yeah, there we go. So one of the ideas that was presented, so make an animation. I'll do 1280 by 720. Frame rate 8. Yep, let's bump it up to 12 FPS. Okay. So one of the ideas was to have a variety of little simple animations that if you turn. Hang on, let me get some background music going. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? That one. Turn that on. And then I just got a collection of old video game music. Don't want to be too loud. Okay, hopefully y'all can hear that, but it's not too obtrusive. Yeah, so thinking about like some little simple animations that you could like just purchase with your channel points, and it would pop up and it would just be like a little fun thing you could do. The problem is I feel like they need to be agnostic of the game we're playing, in the sense that like if I don't want to have to like sound lazy, I don't want to change them that often. And so I don't want to change it based on like the game I'm playing. I would rather be something that's more usable in a variety of settings. With that in mind, I've got a couple of generic ideas. So one would be like, I'll go ahead and draw it out for y'all. So imagine we had like one where like, let's see, Mo pops up and he's just sort of pencil. Can we make chicken dance animations? But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, is like, what would you want to see? What would you be interested in having happen on a stream? So maybe there would be like one where like, I pop up and then I turn around and I've got like cool guy shades on, and then I do like I got cool guy shades on, and I give you the finger guns. You know, that would be like a simple one that's like, could just sort of be like a little pop-up. You know, you buy it and it just like pops up and maybe it plays a little sound, like a little ding for when the sparkle comes up. And that could just show up. Or, you know, let's say, okay, kidding aside, but I think it would be fun if you did something like the cuckoo attack and you hit the too many times. That would be fun. Yeah, so like little like me's coming in from the side. That's a good idea. I like that one. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna write things down. Coco attack. I mean, that's the dramatic gopher is kind of what's going on here, but it could be like I could do it the dramatic gopher style. Dramatic gopher. Okay. These are good. More ideas. Another one I considered would be like to have little dots appear and me just kind of like go across the screen as though I'm Pac-Man. Again, not much, but it would be something to do. It'd be something you could just activate. Cool turn works too. Cool turn. Looking like Brett Rambo there. Let's see, what's another one? Another one I had that I don't know how you would use it would be for me to like kind of come out onto screen, maybe like from the top, and like do like a 3-point landing, like superhero thing. You know, one of those Marvel Comics things. That could be one. A crying chicken. That's true. We could do like emotions would be good. So like raged chicken. What are your thoughts on rubber chicken with MoeChicken? They work both ways. It's amazing. Sad chicken. Okay. These are good. I appreciate these. And probably what we'll do is I'll try to make the roughs for these on stream. So I type cool guy and I don't know if your thumb's messed up. What's that? What else? Well, so this is a good collection for animations. So that's good. Another thing that was talked about. Oh, also, again, can y'all hear any of the background music, or is it just me? It shouldn't be very, like, overpowering. But if it's completely inaudible, that's not very helpful. Right now, it looks like it is completely inaudible. Bump it up a little bit more. Okay, so another thing that was talked about was the idea of sort of like dash across the stream with this lawnmower situation. You really want me to mow your lawn, do you? All right, let's see. Mow Cyber's lawn. Got it. Cannot hear the music? Okay. All right, I'll bump it up a little bit. I don't want it to interfere with the... Like, I feel like now you can hear it through my microphone, which is not what I'm going for. For some reason that makes you think of the old After Dark screensavers and toasters. Oh, you mean... Hang on, I've got that. Bro, I got that for you. Hang on, give me a sec. Lock screen. Come on. Do you mean... Well, it's kind of messed up looking here, but do you mean this? After Dark flying toasters? Let's see, will it preview? Ah, preview's on the wrong screen. Lame. Anyway. Yeah, I used to love After Dark. After Dark was actually when I first started like my obsession with screensavers. But you just can't get the original. You can't get many of the originals on a modern PC. Like I have Flying Toasters, I have Starry Night, and I have the Aquarium. But those are the only ones I really want to get, like Satori. Anyway, make flying chickens. So what else could be done? Oh yeah, so the idea was sort of like just a sort of like, how do I put this? Marionette chicken, I suppose. This idea of things you could make me do in a short for like a short amount of time. So, for example, one that I considered was, well, one that was presented to me was the idea of me doing a specific voice. You know, I could very easily do, let's see, so like funny voices. The trick would be figuring out how to represent those and how long I would do them. No twerking. I don't have the badonk for that. Sorry. Funny voices, playing with an inverted controller. Which would just be me flipping the controller upside down and playing with it upside down. I could do that. What else could I do for your amusement? Hey Jimmy, welcome. Play the Oregon Trail. I don't think stopping a playthrough in the middle to go and play the Oregon Trail is a good move. But I appreciate your interest, Possum. I mean, that is something we could say that, like, suggest a game to play. Thank you, Possum. Appreciate it. Suggest a game to play. Art stream suggestions. I don't do art streams regularly, but I could, if that's something that y'all would enjoy. Like we could have a maybe like a monthly or like bi-weekly art stream if we had enough situations where people wanted to see specific things. That would really come down to sort of like shotgun a 40 of Mickey's. Nope. Incorrect. I barely drink alcohol as it is. I drink a lot. It's just sugarless soda. What are some other things that you think would be like things I could do that would be like interesting to see? And again, these are supposed to be rewards, but they're also supposed to be sort of agnostic of the game. You know, the consistent things is I do play video games. And I do art sometimes. So things that could be done with like just about any game. Obviously I've got my voice at all times, hopefully. And I've got a controller presumably in my hands. You could tell us a joke. That was something I considered, like a really low tier one. I've got this book. Do you play off your OBS button? You could literally flip. No, I actually play off of play Dead by Daylight. No. No. Let's see. So, my sister a long time ago, as a joke, gave me this book called The Big Book of Silly Jokes for Kids. 800 plus jokes. I could just read a terrible joke like this. Oh wait, what is this joke? Hang on, what is this joke? This is not a joke. This is a tongue twister. What? Shelly shaved 6 silly sheep. Toy boat. Pirates' private property. Peppered pickles. Willie's really weary. Silly superstition. Right ring, wrong ring. Eddie edited it. 6 sticky skeletons. Black back. Rolling red wagon. She sees cheese is a tough one. She sees cheese. Quizzical quiz. Kiss me quick. So I could read these. You know, it could be like back when years ago when Ian used to do the Mad Libs. I could just have this on hand to read a terrible joke. Let's see. Or I could try and invent a terrible joke. Fun as yeah, it would have to be a low tier reward. You wouldn't want to do that. I could do Mad Libs for that matter. Probably only during certain types of streams, but I'll just say low tier joke. Low tier jokes. Maybe Mad Libs. Okay, well that's some ideas. Oh, so a Mad Lib is sort of like a I guess you'd say it's like a fill in the blank paragraph. The idea behind it is that you usually you see them as like little activity books, like in kids book sections. And it's just sort of like a list of different types of speech, so like nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. And you start off by filling all those in, and then you flip the page and it shows you like this paragraph, and you're supposed to fill in what you just wrote into the paragraph. And it results in situations because you have no context for what you're going to be reading about when you're writing in the verbs. It's dumb. It's a dumb form of humor, but it is kind of entertaining. Do I have one? Do I have one here? Let's see. I don't. So I don't have one, but they're easy to get. And so that's something we could do. So these are good, I guess. Well, I never really got any I'm feeling 22. Oh, just thought of one. You can only look at chat along lines playing blindfolded. Okay, I'll include it. Can't look at. Oh gosh, what happened there? At screen for 30 seconds. Okay. Redeem points to name RPG characters. We could do that. The problem is that would last for the entirety of the series. And not every game allows you to really name all your characters. Also, yes. Hello, Eden. Welcome. We's thinking tonight. Could work for any game. Okay, I'll write down. Name RPG. And I guess there are certain things that obviously would be restricted. Nothing lewd, nothing offensive. That goes for like art stream suggestions too. Don't tell me to draw anything gross. I'll just ignore it. You know, keep it as PG as you can. Sorry, dude. If I'm gonna be mowing your lawn, I'm not gonna let you curse at me. Can we name your next of kin? If I had one of those, sure. I don't have any though. The closest to a next of kin I have are 4 nephews, and they're already named. All right. Well, this is good. So the last thing I wanted to ask about before we start trying to do some of the animation roughs, would be like, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself with this. If you already had them, they'd be named already. It's like I'm making a deal with the devil. You're right. If you get enough channel points, I'll go back in time and become more outgoing about trying to find a wife, and then we'll make a baby and you can name it once we catch up with time. So how's that? I'll get right on that, but that's going to be a hard reward to find. See, there it is. Easy peasy. No problems. So another thing that could be potentially useful, and this is not channel points. 8 million channel points! Enough points and Mo will spot, please. I don't want that, though. I don't want that. No. Do not make me spontaneously impreg. I don't want that. That kind of distract. Oh yeah. So, I got my thinking cap on. Hello, Black. The other question, actually no, Black, you're a good resource for this because you do this already. So for those who don't know, my friend Blackfoot here, they have on their channel, channel points that will allow you to activate like noises. Specifically, you can get Captain Falcon to go yes and oh no, and that's another thing we could do is little audio things. Like little sound bites, yeah. And I guess what it would come down to is like what you'd want to hear. Would you want to hear my dumb voice? Would you want to hear like a video game sound? That's a lot of nuts! You know, like what would you want to hear? This is actually part of the reason why I've had trouble with making like a channel invite video or channel preview video or like any sort of little donation clips or anything is like I can't figure out what like my videos aren't exactly like hype or anything like that. They're usually kind of down like quiet, and so that's a lot of damage. Wait, who's that? Some buck cock. That's a lot of damage. Is Flex Tape guy, right? And then You're Gonna Love My Nuts is Slap Chop guy, right? Billy Mays, yeah. So if you a dance party redeem, yeah, I feel like a dance party redeem would require me to be on stream, like visible, and I don't have a camera. Yeah, that's a lot of nuts as Kung Pao. I knew that one. I could have like some various like Kung Pao clips. Because I love that movie. It's got so many stupid lines in it. I wonder if that would get me to have problems with, well, I don't make any money off of this anyway. Game quotes and references are outstanding. Okay, let me consider that. Game quotes / refs. I know my TV spokespeople. What I was gonna say is, if or a movie that always makes me laugh, something specific that you quote all the time. A lot of folks do have the clips and have no issue. Yeah, I guess it's fair. And again, I don't make any money off of any of this anyway. But to the point, I could, if we wanted to do donations. The thing is, though, if I'm gonna have you actually like paying for it, I would want it to be something worthwhile. And so, if it was gonna be like a donation alert, I really need a lot more direction about like what would be interesting to see as a donation. It could be an animation, it could be something from one of my videos, it could be whatever. But I feel like it would need to be higher quality because, like, as I understand it, you get channel points by talking in a stream, which means as long as you say something, you get it for free. So it's really just a time commitment. But if you're actually putting money down, it would need to be something valuable. So that's maybe we don't need to worry about that right now. But that's also a thing I've been trying to consider is like a theatrical voice delivery of some small line, appropriate text could be fun. Sure. How would we do that? One of the challenges with this one is that for money I expect you to sing me song. Hey, I'll sing if you want to hear it. I don't mind singing. Is figuring out how to describe the dumb voices I do. I would almost need like to have some like an audio reel of like different voices that I do that you could just reference. Yeah, if I was gonna name them, I'd probably name them based on like the character that I do most often with them. You know, like I could do the Dozel voice, which I can't do it now because I'm thinking about it too hard. Jeez. Why can't I think of that voice? There it is. I knew I just need to slip back into it. There's the Dozel voice. That's like the voice that I do for Dozel, and I do it for, I think I did it for Garlisle too, and I do it for a variety of people. But it's just kind of a generic, like, yeah, just an ordinary guy voice. And then like I could do the voice that I did for like Eust Belmont and sometimes Zero. The streamer I do sometimes watch does a dramatic William Shatner impression. See, that's a thing that's challenging for me. Surfer Dude. Yeah, I could do the Surfer Dude. The same voice that I'm currently doing for like, yeah, I could do that voice. I love doing the laugh for that one. So as long as I could come up with a way to describe them, the voices would work fine. I could do a Valley Girl voice too, I guess. Yeah, if you really want me to, I could do that. It'd be fine. The problem is like what would I even say? Like, what if there's no like dialogue going on right now? What would I talk about? You know, what would I do? I would almost have to just kind of like talk about nothing, which is like what I do anyway. But you know what I mean. Oh, so what I was gonna say is about Shatner is that, oh my god, shoes. These shoes are something. These shoes suck. The Bill Clinton, Matthew McConaughey is basically the same voice. You just gotta kind of sound like you're tired and country at the same time. It's very, very easy to do. These shoes rule. These shoes rule. These shoes suck. Stupid boy. You're gonna get what? I actually don't know anymore. I don't know any more about that little clip than like these shoes rule. These shoes suck. Stupid boy. Because like that's all I've seen of that. I'm glad to hear that this is working well. And I certainly don't mind doing dumb voices. That's the essence of my channel. We'd also have to. Can you do Charlie the? Do you mean like Charlie himself, where he's kind of like a gruff New Yorker guy? Or do you mean like the other two unicorns? Hey Charlie, it's a Leopleurodon, Charlie, a magical Leopleurodon. That's my favorite line from that, is, it's a Leopleurodon, Charlie. It's a magical Leopleurodon. Okay. So we could do, so that, it sounds like that one's a viable option. And probably what I would do is just like do it for like a little while, you know. We're going on an adventure, Charlie. Yay! Shun the non-believer. Shun. I never finished what I was saying about William Shatner. The challenge is I'm not great at specific people. Like I do the voices that I do, which are like generic voices that are funny voices, but they're not like specific people. And so it wouldn't be a situation where you're like, sound like, I don't know, sound like Nicolas Cage, sound like William Shatner, sound like other person that's famous, and sound like Seth Rogen, sound like someone else. I would have to kind of like I just have to name them, I guess. And maybe doing like an audio reel would be the best way to do it. Maybe I could make like a little short video, sound like Winona Ryder. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Hi, I'm Winona Ryder. So, okay. I'd say personally, leave the voice work to your lovely streams because you're already doing them. I am already doing them, it's true. And I think, like, Black, if I remember correctly, there's like a cooldown on your on your channel things. Focus on audio clips from existing media. Do your best Brutal Moose impression. Well, did you know? This came up earlier today. It's the funniest thing. Did you know I'm not real? Contrary to what you might be believing, I am not, in fact, MoeChicken. I'm Brutal Moose. Currently. Here, let me show you. It's hilarious. Where is it? I gotta show you all this. It's the funniest thing. I'm not real. MoeChicken and Snooze Cruise, we're just Ian donating to himself. Not real at all. Isn't that good to know? I thought that was hilarious. I responded to it on YouTube too. Feel kind of bad for the person who said it, because like now clearly it's been disproven, but I love the fact that someone just thinks I'm a bot or something. Can you do a 1976 Frigidaire twin cooler with a crimped coil array? I think it's like... Was that close? Oh yeah, I explained that I'm definitely not real. Okay. All right, I think this is probably enough for now. Let's get on to animating, because otherwise we're just sitting here with this image. All right, how do I want to do this? Get rid of that. All right. Clearly one of Ian's alts sound just like him. I know, right? Definitely sound just like him. Well, I appreciate y'all giving me some feedback on this, because it is something like there's a lot of stuff I'd like to overhaul with my stream. Like I've wanted for some time now to change up the intro and the exit of the streams, to just like make it a little bit more, I don't know, interesting. I don't want to do that. A little bit more interesting. You know, it's like the intro is just me sleeping. Do I have any? No, I don't. I have no sub alerts set up because I didn't think anyone would want to give me money, and I felt like, yeah, no, Saul inches off my leg, off his legs. It was a really impressive impression. Like I genuinely thought I was real for years, but no, apparently I'm not. It was all just Ian. It's amazing. Dude's an amazing impressionist of something that didn't exist. It's truly incredible. I love this song. I do have follow alerts. So we have follower alerts and we have this is loud. We have follower alerts and we have subscribe alerts. I'm not surprised you didn't know that, considering how infrequently it happens, but they exist. Can I show them? Actually, hang on, can I show them? I don't know how to do that. No, I can't show them. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, they do exist. Yeah, I have subscribe alerts. It just never happens. There you go. See? That's the follower one, where someone appears to be following me. Why is it not going away? Why is it hanging out there? Okay, there we go. And yes, I've got sub alerts too. Here, does anybody not subbed? Kenjamin, you don't look like you're subbed. Hang on a sec. I think this works. Kenjamin Art. No, Art. Here. Wait. I think this is you. I hope it's you. Otherwise, I just gave some other person a subscription. See if it does it. Yeah, there you go. Wait, yeah. Yeah, see? That's the, Oh, it only alerts when you first time sub. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. It's funny, right? Like, the term follower is so, like, weirdly uncomfortable in terms of, like, you're following me? Oh, there's a hype train. Nice. Yeah. It's like weirdly uncomfortable, this idea of like someone following you. But I mean, you can certainly use the same idea. I don't care. Go for it. But yeah, like having a well, I guess correctly functioning yeah, there's the bit one too. I have bits too, I forgot about that. It's me not knowing what to do with bits. See, it's a 1 and a 0. Do you get the joke? So, I guess sub can have a connotation, but I don't know, like sub always just means subscriber to me. It's just short for subscriber. Like I'm assuming you're referring to like subordinate or something like that, or sub in the sense of like the sexual connotation. I guess that's possible, but it always just means subscriber to me. Sandwiches and gimps. Yep, that's what sub means. That and the thing that Dennis is absolutely obsessed with on game I'm playing right now, Front Mission 3. Which, by the way, I continue to do the simulator when I'm not streaming, because I just love playing that game so much. Also underwater boats. Yep. What just happened there? It's like it lagged or something. Alright, let's see. Discovering all the Easter eggs. Yeah, like that's... You ordered the worst Front Mission game off of eBay yesterday. Which one's the worst one? Is it Evolved? I feel like it's either Evolved or 2. Yeah, Front Mission Evolved. I mean, it's just different. It's not... Like, it's fine if you like that type of game. It's just not it's not what I expected at all from a Front Mission game. It's like an over-the-shoulder shooter. And I was just like, oh, this isn't what I was looking for. So if like that's something you like, then sure, great, but I didn't want that. I gotta play Top Gear 3000 for y'all sometime. Nope, what did I just do? I did the wrong thing. That was not what I meant to do. RuneScape Dragon Wilds. What is RuneScape Dragon Wilds? I've never even heard of that. Not that I'm super keyed into the RuneScape world, but what is that? Mainly looking for some cheap mecha games for the PS3 upstairs, and boy howdy, the Armored Core games on PS3 have gone off the charts expensive. And I'm not surprised. It's weird how consistent that game companies think the reason their games stop selling is because the genre what links. Yeah. New game based on the RuneScape universe. RuneScape Valheim. Oh. It sounds kind of cool. Is it good? What do you think of it so far? RuneScape. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. Okay. Alright. So. Oh, I didn't even like our live service Tetris game. It's like Tetris, but with a love service model. It's like WoW meets Power World. I know you meant like World of Warcraft, but the way it's written there, it's just like it's like WoW meets Power World. Wait, did you mean live service or love service? I can't tell. Both I feel like are good for the joke, but I don't know which one you were actually going for. Oh, okay. Love service is pretty funny too. All right, we need another chicken. But because obviously the chickens are coming in from different directions, so we need roughs for different directions. It's like WoW meets Power World. What is the gameplay of Power World actually like? Anyway. I feel like Power World came out, it was like a big old meme, and then it just kind of like faded from the public eye again. Like, I know that it's supposed to be like, oh, it's Pokemon with guns, but what do you do in it? Power World is base building with minion management. Oh. That's interesting. Is it like, is it fun? Is it fun to do that? Unless you're in Nevada. Enjoy? Well, that's good. You like chicken dance, but you feel like we need another triumphant emote. Yeah, emotes are a different thing. I don't have free reign over emotes. Like, I can add these things, but when it comes to emotes, it's entirely based on the number of subscribers I have. Let's see, where am I at? How do I check that? Dashboard? No. Dashboard? How do I check that? There's a way for me to check that. Create a dashboard, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Viewer rewards, emotes. Yeah, okay. So this is what I've got for emotes right now. So if you're interested in subscribing, this is what you'd get. Some of these could probably be replaced. The problem is the ones that I'm always most excited about are the animated ones. I like making the little animations. They make me laugh. I know that Cyber gets a lot of use out of Yes and Fodge. And Beefy shows up a lot too. But like, you see, I need 13 more subscribers before I get another emote. So it's probably never going to happen. So the only way we could really add additional types of emotes would be to remove ones that already exist. So here, I tell you what, I will do this real quick. Let me take a quick screenshot of this, and I will post it in the Discord. And if y'all have some that you would like to see removed, we can work on that. Because again, the ultimate goal of all of this is to make sure you have a good time. You know, I want y'all to enjoy the experience. I want y'all to be able to have things you can use either here or elsewhere. Any chance of a link to that Discord? Aren't you in it? Are you not in it? How do I get you in it? I seem to recall you said you weren't in it. Are you in the Brutal Mostness Discord? You are, right? Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Send me a direct message and I'll send you an invite. I tried looking for you the other day and I didn't find you for some reason. So... Personally, not recommend having your Discord subscription locked until you get way bigger. It was more of a means to have a way to let people know about it. There are tools you can integrate into. Like originally, the idea behind it having it tied to the Twitch was I figured if someone showed up and subscribed, it would show up for them. Like it would become linked and become available to them, and they'd find out about it. But there are once again, these are things that I probably should have set up a while back and haven't yet. There are like ways in Discord where you can have like the server or the little Discord command, like the exclamation point Discord command, and that will provide a link to the Discord, right? I think that's a thing. Probably try and set that up. Unrelated, y'all ever played the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park game? It's pretty cool. Music's really good. Exclamation point Discord. I might have to ask you how to, either you or Possum help me set that up, because I don't know how it works. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's really strange. Like for those who don't know, the Jurassic Park game for the it really should have had saves. I never beaten it before. There's one part that I get to that I can never get past. Yeah, it's like an overhead action game that when you enter a building, it switches to this like crappy Wolfenstein mode. That's just so charming for the time. And it's cool. I don't know. Maybe we can play it sometime. It's like Dang 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 is saying, it has no saves, so it'd have to be like a one-off. But okay, well now the Sega one is different. The Sega one's like a side scroller where you can play as either Alan Grant or a raptor, which is a much cooler idea, frankly. I'm not surprised that people remember the Sega one more because it's a cooler idea. Who wouldn't want to play as a raptor, right? Okay. I'll try and aim for like 6 frames for each one. Let's see. There's another one on Game Boy called Jurassic Park Part 2: The Chaos Continues. It was a top-down. That's interesting because there was a side-scroller called Jurassic Park Part 2: The Chaos Continues on Super Nintendo. Actually, some of the music on this playlist we're listening to is from that. Yeah, the Aladdin game was different from the Super Nintendo and the Sega one. The Sega one was pretty different, actually. I've heard again that the Sega one is better. The Sega one was made by Virgin Interactive, and the Super Nintendo one was made with or by Capcom. Yeah, it's weird, right? All right, cool. So we got 2 chickens. So this chicken can go in like the sides. This one can come from that way. Let's do one from like the bottom too. And then once I have, you know, representatives for each direction, we can just I can just flesh them out and make like just put them all over the place. Shadow. You know, I have the Super Nintendo Shadowrun and I've never played it. How does it play? Like whenever I think of Shadowrun, I always think of BRB food. Yeah, sure, no problem. It's challenging. Okay. Whenever I think of Shadowrun, I always think of Syndicate. In my mind, I always think Syndicate and Shadowrun are the same thing. I know they're not, but I always think it's the same game. Syndicate's a cool idea for a game. I remember seeing Syndicate when I was like a little kid. One of my cousins who was like a little bit older. Yeah, come to MoeChicken stream and learn and listen to dumb voices. Has anyone ever played the Shadowrun? I have not played Shadowrun. The only tabletop RPGs I've played are D&D and Mage, and the Mage campaign was frankly very D&D-esque. I have the Sega Shadowrun now. I don't know what to think. But yeah, I remember seeing like Shadowrun or Syndicate when I was like way too young to know what was going on, and it just looked like this cool like I think it was the first isometric game I'd ever seen, and I'm like, oh, it looks so weird. Try, but Shadowrun's too crunchy for your group. Mage the Quick End. Yeah, I tried 2 different campaigns for Mage. One of them was like a preliminary one where I played as like, it was like a more modern setting, and I played as like a matter mage, but we could never really get our act together, and mostly it just devolved into me doing these like jokes about how I would I kept teleporting to the wrong place because like we just couldn't figure out what the story was. Nobody knew what we were supposed to be doing, and so we were just kind of all like experimenting with our powers and not getting anywhere. I love this song. Trying an exotic system recently, not sure how I like it up. It's a hell of a weird name. Played a Shadowrun campaign for like 30 years ago. Wow. That's amazing. Shadowrun Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Okay. That's what the system is called? Is it like a module for some other game? Or is the entire game called Thirsty Sword Lesbians? It's completely safe for work. Alright. It's the system. Weird, man. Go back to 1. Let's see. That works. Okay. I should save this. I haven't saved it yet. Save as. I'll just put it on the desktop for now. So, like, what is it? It's a tabletop RPG? Is it like D&D, or what do you do in it? I assume that there's lesbian behavior and swords, and I guess thirst. But what are you supposed to do with that? Yeah, I haven't played a tabletop in a long time either. I really liked it in high school, but ever since then I really haven't found one that I've enjoyed. Ironically, every member of the party is a male character in this campaign. Okay. So it's more of an aspirational thirsty sword lesbians. And it's like, hey guys, what if there were sword lesbians here? That'd be cool. It's very RP, like all RP, no actual fighting. Huh. Why did they name it that? Was it just to get attention, maybe? Makes me long for crunchy. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you the truth. That's actually what made me lose interest in the mage campaign I was in. Was that it's made by LGBTQIA plus people. Okay. I mean, does it focus on homosexuality or something? Like, and especially the fact that it's like SFW, that suggests that like the name is a complete cop-out. Like they might as well have called it like chicken soup or something. Is there just no point to it? It's just like we just chose some words. It's all about communication and character development, emotional character development. Okay. So I guess the name is semi-ironic, maybe? No? If it's fun, it's fun. Oh yeah, to finish that thought, like I was playing a mage campaign, and like I lost interest in it because it was just all RPing. And hey, Darkman, is that Spike Spiegel with a gun? Aggressive. Yeah, it was all RPing, and there was one person who, or like there were like one or two people who were definitely more outspoken in the group, and they just kind of, it just devolved into listening to two people talk for like 2 hours. It was also remote, like it was done over like it may have been over Discord actually. It wasn't interesting. Like I would show up to the I was more showing up to the sessions to support my friend who was the GM than I was to play. Like I would show up and I would have like the chat open, and I would just sort of like do other things, you know. And that after a while I was just like, can I not show up? Can I stop doing this? Because I mean, like the first D&D games I played were like, I was like a dwarven fighter. The last D&D campaign I played, Slogan X-Man, a dual berserker with a would you like fries with that voice? Virtual yeah, well, okay, so here's the problem with the virtual desktop is you have to be doing something for the virtual desktop to be useful. Like we had a virtual desktop too, but we never did anything. We just talked. And so like I kept thinking, it's like, okay, I'm going to be able to use this virtual desktop. We're going to get into like combat or like go through an adventure or something. But in the end, it was just like, we're going to stay in town for another session and talk. And I was just sort of like, I don't care about this. So people definitely approach tabletop RPGs with different intents. Like I want to say that I one time. Aaron Hansen on Game Grumps was talking about why he doesn't like D&D, and he has the opposite direction. He's like, I only want to RP. I want to do silly voices and like make up characters and get into dumb arguments and stuff. I don't want to roll dice and like do math and like do all that stuff. And it's like, that's so different from what I want. Like in my mind, what I like when I was in high school and I was playing as like a dwarven fighter, I was all about rolling the dice because what I was thinking of it as is like, this is like a video game, but it's in a different format. And so it's like, I want there to be rules. I want to be able to like find out if I hit and blah blah blah. It's like that's all very exciting to me. So it really is like I feel like if you're gonna do a campaign or something, if you're gonna be like a GM, you have to know what your people want out of it. And it works better if enough people also want that. I don't know. Doggone it. I did that wrong. Get out of here. I was yammering away and I forgot to create another folder. Once again, I appreciate y'all coming out here for this kind of like weird sort of stream of me like just making stuff, asking questions. It's less knowing and more agreeing before the whole thing kicks off. Yeah. And again, not to disparage my friend who ran that other ran that mage campaign. He did a very good job, and he tried as hard as he could to get everyone involved. But I just don't think he ever understood the idea that I wanted to play a board game, and other people wanted to have have a conversation, and the two didn't really mesh up, frankly. Set in a couple of sessions of ninjas versus super spies as a kid. Lots of dice, too many saves. Yeah, I mean, it can't definitely go too hard in the other direction. I don't know. Like, I feel like the classic joke about D&D is this idea of like, you know, you have like a 5-hour session, and 2 hours is spent setting up the game, 3 hours is spent arguing about the rules, and then supposedly there was an hour where we played the game, but I don't remember when that happened. You know, that kind of idea of like, it's just about talking about the rules and complaining. And truth be told, when I played it in high school, it was mostly with just friends, and it was a good excuse. It was something to do while we hung out at each other's houses. You know, we drank a lot of soda, and we rolled dice, and that was pretty much it. And we made a lot of dumb jokes, you know, and that was fun. But I haven't really had that experience again since. So, but I do think that tabletop game RPGs are a very interesting idea. Same thing for just board games in general. Like, when I was a kid, board games were pretty simple. You know, like board games in my household were simple. We had Scrabble, we had Monopoly, we had Clue. We had a cool game called 221B Baker Street, which was based on deduction. And like, that was it. But nowadays, like, if you say I like board games, I feel like people tend to think about the really like strategy board games like Catan or Power Grid, or like these other games where it's like all about like cards, and I don't know, it sounds a lot more complicated to me. As someone speaking from the outside, it sounds a lot more complicated. So like, I like board games that are like dumb board games. I like me some Chutes and Ladders. I like Oops, Fall Down. Welcome back, Black. Seven Wonders has to. Yeah, I think maybe if I had friends who like to play board games in the area, I would be okay with learning. I mean, it doesn't help that there's just no one around me that I can hang out with. So the hour-long phase of learning the rules, yeah, it's kind of rough. I think that's why I liked Clubhouse 52 Games, that Switch game they came out with, because it was like a lot of really basic but still very fun board games. I liked that. Like, I liked the wide variety they came up with. All right, so that's 5. So if I just move these guys around, we could probably have a pretty solid chicken storm. I think I'd be a board game person, and I'm certain to a certain extent competitive, but there's a certain amount of plug and play. Oh man, Mancala is so good. Playing Mancala on Clubhouse 52 convinced me to not only get a Mancala game for myself, but also for my dad, because my dad and I would play Clubhouse 52 games, and I bought a board for him and a board for me, so that regardless of where we are, we can play Mancala. The only Goonie Pacific Northwest hipster around here. I'm in Virginia, so can't help you there. I know that Cyber used to live in the PNW, but not anymore, I don't think. Is like card game adjacent games, which I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just like games that are simpler, you know. But whatever. I think it's because I'm not good at arguing about things, and so like if someone approaches me and they're like, let's play this game where we have to argue with each other, I'm like, I don't want to do that, you're just gonna win. It's like I'd rather there be some other third party which determines who wins or loses. All right, let's do another one. So open. Doggone, did I completely get rid of the idea list? Did I do that? Did I make that smart decision? I think I made that smart decision, didn't I? I did. I made that very clever decision to delete all of the good ideas we came up with earlier. So I'm going to be taking a look at this stream later on. Yeah, I know. I can get it for the VOD. Oh, boy. I'm an idiot. There. I think I remember some of them. Let's see. Let's do a new one. This game, like the music we're listening to right now, Ghost Sweeper Mikami, this game has no right to have such a good soundtrack. This game's soundtrack is so good. It's like funky and energetic and cool, and I love it. I love this game's soundtrack. All right. I only want to lie for pleasure. Yeah, you know, that's... Among Us is another game that I couldn't do. Because I can't convince people that I'm not trying to do something. I'm very transparent, and I feel like I wouldn't actually really be able to convince anyone. I only want to lie down. I like that. I don't want to lie. I only want to lie down. All right, let's see. All right. I have kind of like a lump here. Was me. Look at me, I'm a lump. Do 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 do. Yes, that's my head. It's my head whipping up. Can't play Munchkin. Tired of everyone's go-to for crushing on the... Yeah. Yeah. Like, I know that those kind of games are really fun for a certain mindset. Like, if you really enjoy arguing, like, because I mean the whole point of like Munchkin's this idea of like if you can convince everyone else, you get away with it kind of thing. But that means you have to be like convincing, and I'm not. And I also just don't want to break the rules. Like, I know that one of the rules is the idea of breaking the rules, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to break the rules, and so I'm just terrible at Munchkin. I don't know. How I do in this games depends on whether or not I currently have a mustache or not. You mean because you can hide your smile or something? Or your mustache gives you the ability to lie? You have a liar's stash. Definitely gettable in conflict with one is rule. Also, lying makes me do. Yeah, yeah. I just don't want to. I don't want to lie. Like I feel like if the rules are established, I want to follow the rules. I don't know. If I have a mustache, everyone assumes you're lying 100% of the time. The Waluigi factor of having a mustache giving you a buff or debuff. I love that idea. I'm sure that has caused you a great deal of strife in life, but that's really funny. When I heard I don't care who wins as long as it's not Ken, I put the get. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It doesn't help that I had a pointy goatee and a wide curly mustache. Did you really, or is that a joke? Because if you actually had that, that's amazing. I would love to be able to make a wide curly mustache. My mustache doesn't come in strong. Snidely Whiplash? You gotta tell us if you're Snidely Whiplash. I don't know, man. Is Snidely Whiplash gonna follow the law? Does Snidely Whiplash seem like the kind of dude who would actually like follow the law? Bro ties women to the tracks. He's a Canadian mischief maker. Let's see. I miss playing Harvest Moon. I liked that game. Only really the first one, though. I could say that I'm not Snidely Whiplash, but isn't that what Snidely Whiplash would say? Dudley Do Right? I was getting really excited when Dudley Do Right came on, it's like Banjo and Kazooie. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, it was always really exciting when you'd get a Dudley Do Right, because they weren't that common. Like, usually it would be, well, thank you. Usually it would be, Peabody and, or Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Rocky and Bullwinkle was something else. I watched to the first season of it not too long ago, and it's just such a strange show. You know what I heard it described as once was a radio show with still images. And if it's actually a show that's better if you listen to it than watch it, because it's carried off so well with just the audio that you don't really need to look at it. And so if you just like glance at it every once in a while, you'll get the whole story just listening to it with a couple of like periodic glances. Like you don't need to see Gidney and Cloyd to know that they're gonna scrooch you if you're not careful. They're gonna scrooch you. It's gonna happen. Stan Freberg, Tom Lehrer. Okay, you lost me there. I don't know who those are. I feel like I've heard the name Tom Lehrer, but yeah, scrooch. They're gonna scrooch you. Scrooching is what Cloyd's gun would do. Cool. Thanks for coming out, Kenji. Tom Lehrer is goated. Oh wait, is Tom Lehrer the math comedian? Yeah, I know him. I couldn't do his stuff. It was I remember like my friends would listen to that and it made me feel dumb. Like I felt like I wasn't smart enough to listen to it. Which is, you know, classic self-esteem issues. But that was kind of the impression I got, was that it's like, oh, I'm not, this is for smart people. It's the same way I felt about what was it called? XKCD, the math comics, or the math and science comics online. I was just sort of like, this is for smart dudes. I can't do this. I don't know this. And all my friends were like math and science nerds. And so they're like, it's so funny. Look at the joke. And I'm like, I don't get it. They're like, oh, it's just this. And then they proceed to explain like the quadratic equation and why it's funny. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What's the quadratic equation have to do with anything? It's just, I think that XKCD is really funny if you're in that space. If you're not in that space, it feels very inaccessible. And you know, full credit to them for making something that's like funny to a very niche audience, but I'm clearly not that audience. Saturday morning breakfast cereal, though. Is Saturday morning breakfast cereal something other than just breakfast cereal? Or are you just talking about breakfast cereal? It's a comic? Okay. I thought you were just like, I'm tired of this conversation. Let's talk about Cheerios. Hey, yo, I'm sick of this. Let's talk about Lucky Charms, yo. Penny Arcade. I remember Penny Arcade. I didn't read it, but I remember it. I think Penny Arcade, I was more into like that sort of like internet comic thing. I was more into 8-bit theater. It was more about video game. It was more interesting to me. Oh, Reese's Puffs are good. You know what the worst thing about Reese's Puffs is? The freaking back of the box where there's like some weird girl putting Reese's Puffs on a pizza and she looks terrible. Welcome to Corneria. I like swords. It shouldn't be on pizza. It's weird, right? 8-bit theater and Bob and George. Did you ever read Dr. McNinja? That's another good one. Dr. McNinja is one of the most surreal experiences you could ever have. Like, the degree of, like, strangeness in Dr. McNinja is amazing. You know, I never read Axe Cop. I know that Axe Cop was the same kind of general idea, but I never read Axe Cop. Do-do-do-do. Now my brain is going off for some of the better Spike and Mike series. Yeah, I heard about that with Axe Cop, that it was just sort of like a dude talking about like stories as told him by his brother or something. Now I'm thinking about Bob and George. You know, the most interesting thing about Bob and George to me is the fact that what became famous, like Bob and George as a comic, was basically born out of failure. Because like the artist who made Bob and George, I believe his name was Dave Inez, maybe. Like when you think of Bob and George, what do you think of? Do you think of Mega Man? Because that's what I think of. I think of Mega Man first. That was a temporary thing that he was doing until he managed to get what he actually wanted to do off the ground. But when that happened, no one liked it. And so he had to go back to the Mega Man stuff. He had to incorporate his original ideas into the Mega Man Sprite comic, which is like, it's gotta be just the most awful position to be in, because you want to keep like you've got a following, you've got people listening to what you're doing, and you want to keep that vibe going, but it's completely at odds with what you intended to do, right? Yeah, you'd be so torn because you're like, this is what you want, this is what you like, you don't want my cool idea I had before, you want me to just make Sprite comics. It must have been so frustrating for him, but I hope he was successful. I mean, I loved watching them or reading them. Don't like changes they fix in something. Well, I think part of the problem was that he didn't manage to get the actual illustrated comics out. He only liked me for my shorts. He didn't manage to get the illustrated comics out until like months after he started. I feel like he probably should have made sure he was a little bit closer to the time that he'd be able to get out his illustrated comic before he started. But I also understand the vibe of like, I just want to get going kind of thing. I do that a lot, so. I don't know. Difficult kind of scenario. Am I adding too many frames to this? That's a common problem I have with animations. I try and make things too smooth, and they lose punch. Let's see how it moves. That's pretty good, I guess. Whoop. Hey. Okay. Thanks, Blake. Means a lot coming from you, dude. You're a great animator. I gotta watch one of your animations again to get an idea of how you animate in Procreate. Because you know, before I used Procreate Dreams, and it worked pretty good. You know, I've made animations in that, but I seem to recall you had a very strong bias against Procreate Dreams. So maybe I should watch one of your. Hold for 1 or 2 frames when he just gets upright. Yeah, well, part of the reason I didn't want to do that is because I didn't want to have to deal with too much waddle animation. Since he can move immediately. It means that I don't have to do a lot of like boinky with the bouncy movement with the waddle, or the comb rather. But that might not be a bad idea. I might have to go back and, I mean, these are just roughs. I'll probably edit them later, but I appreciate the feedback. That's one thing about drawing Moe is like an animation. Dreams needs that update like I need money. Like a lot of things about Moe are designed to isolate the movement to some degree. Like he's got his waddle, which I haven't actually shown here. He's got his comb, and those are very animated. But then his body is very simple, and so it's intended to allow you to focus more on the things that are moving. Dreams had been shipped, desperately underbaked, and is crippled because of it. Yeah. There's certainly a lot of things that, like, there's not even an undo button in Dreams. Like, they force you to use the touch controls. That was really frustrating. Thank you very much. I think I've said it before, but my pretty much the entire branding of my channel is Moe himself. That's why I put him in everything, is because I feel like his design is distinct. It's sharp looking, and it's easy to recognize. With the sole exception that if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have made him brown, because the fact that he's got black eyes on a brown body means that when you get it small enough, you start to lose some things. So that probably would have been better done. But I didn't want to make him white, because people always draw chickens white. You know, they're always white chickens. I don't want a white chicken. He was originally supposed to change colors, actually. No selector tool. The brush resolution changes the magic. Yeah, I don't know. It's very imprecise. It's got a lot of problems. I was just so excited when I found out that there was like an iPad, because I didn't know that you could do I didn't know you could do animation through Procreate regular. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I can take animation on the go now. That's awesome. Yeah, originally both Moe and Maria, I guess they technically still have this ability, can change appearance. Moe was going to be a different color every time you saw him, and Maria's appearance is going to change based on the game I was playing, which, I mean, I guess still kind of happens, but yeah, he was supposed to be different colors. Spending a lot more time on this one than I did on the I guess the other animation was a little bit easier, a little bit simpler. Regular Procreate is currently better for animating the dreams. For everything except animating with audio. Yeah, well, a lot of what I would be animating would be with audio. So that's kind of an important factor for me. I guess, you know, that's something that this is just animation chat with Moe and Blackfood. That's something that I need to get back into doing more often, is animating on my computer, which is what we're doing right now. This is actually being done on my PC. Because I've got this lovely you know, Cintiq tablet thing here that I just always wind up using my freaking iPad. And I don't know why, I just don't do it enough at my desk. And I should. Switch 2 with the dual optical mice. Better get him for a Paint Procreate or something. Dude, Mario Paint 2, the people demand it. Did I tell y'all that I did manage to get a Switch 2 pre-order? Very excited about it. It was genuinely like incredible good fortune. Then you won't have any. You'll be sad because you have no money. You accidentally pre-ordered 2. Oh, how'd that happen? To finish my thought, like I stayed up on the night that it was supposed to be pre-ordered, or the pre-orders were supposed to launch, and got so frustrated because I just couldn't get one, and I went to sleep angry. And then the next day, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go into GameStop. I know they won't have any, but whatever. At least then I can say I tried and didn't give up. They had 19 pre-orders still available at GameStop at the time I went. It's incredible. Like, it's just the benefits of going in person. You never know. So, banking on some arcade getting them. Cyber, I bet you do have ample tickets at multiple arcades. I love this game, or this song. Do y'all know the show Ghost Sweeper Mikami? It's an anime. It's an old anime. Likely just gonna grab the low resolution version of the games you want. That's what that's the song that's playing right now is the Super Nintendo version of the Ghost Sweeper Mikami theme. You know, actually, don't I have it? Hang on, I might actually have it. I have the opening somewhere. Let me see. Just the opening? I forgot that these files were called ass files. I completely forgot that they were called ass files. Okay, hang on. All right, so I got this folder full of ass files. I think that's the subtitles, but it's just so funny. It's called an ass file. All right. Anyway, let's see if I can watch the opening. Anyway, yeah, it's an old anime, but I like it. What was I talking about before that? I don't even know. I just like the song. It's a catchy song. It's a funny show too. I mean, it's like one of those goofy, like etchy shows from like the 90s. And I got into it because I found the Super Nintendo game, and I'm like, what is this game about? And then I found out there was an anime. Now I kind of want to play the game. How much stream do we have left? Do I have a means to play it? No, if I'm going to do that, I want to do a full stream of it. I've actually considered doing it as a regular channel series because it's not a very long game. It's like 8 episodes. It's like 8 levels. The problem is that like most of the it's got like cutscenes that are in Japanese, so I don't know what they're about. Like I don't know what the game is about. I just know it's a fun platformer. Yeah, the Super Famicom Rama 1/2 fighting game for but yeah, ditto. Yeah, I definitely saw that in a store before I knew what was going on. So it's kind of amazing that they would just sort of like release certain games like that. They're like Kendo Rage. Kendo Rage is another one that I don't think it's actually based on an anime, but it's so very anime coded. But like it's super weird if you don't know what's supposed to be going on in that game. Like from the perspective of the world of anime from like the mid 90s when this game would have come out, it totally fits in. From the perspective of what I knew about anime at the time, it's really strange. So really, like, I guess if you don't know, Kendo Rage is a Super Nintendo game. It's a platformer where you play as this transforming superheroine. Her real name is Jo. I can't remember what her. I actually don't think her transformed state has any sort of title. I think it's just she's transformed, and it's supposedly about her trying to get to school by going through Joe Rooster. No. Good guess. No, Josephine Rooster. Yeah, it's just like so. It's like this weird little game about her trying to get to school, and she goes through all these kind of weird bits. There's a very old Game Grumps one-off where they played it. And actually, you know, I've talked about him on the Front Mission 3 streams. That same buddy who did the Front Mission 3 LP also did one for Kendo Rage. So what was this hand doing? Hang on. But yeah, it's pretty strange. Although one thing that I have learned recently is how much more common these games about like a transforming female heroine were in like the like PC 98 sphere and like the TurboGrafx sphere during the early 90s. Like there were actually a fair number of those types of games that I just had never heard of because they weren't released in America. Like there's one that I was playing called Faucet Amour, I think is what it's called. Wait, which one was this one going? Okay, so full extension. And it's cool looking, but unfortunately it's also completely in Japanese, so I have no idea what's going on. Some lady with armor fighting other ladies with armor. It's like Ronin warriors, but all women. I'm Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. You got stuck in Chrono Cross, and that presents an issue when perusing FAQs. Where are you stuck? What was the last thing you did? I might be able to help you. Actually, you know what? If Darkman's still here, they might be able to help you because they're actually a big fan of Chrono Cross. Where was what was the last thing that happened? Been stuck for so long. Well, do you recall who like the last person you got in your party was? Or what state is your main character currently? Like what does your main character currently look like? Is it a blue-haired kid? You got body swap links. Okay. I know that if you go back to Viper Manor in the original world, it's been taken over by the Pora army. Running on anything, looking for a boat. Yeah, you get your boat from Norris. I would say go to Termina and see if you can link up with the Pora army, because they are technically subordinates of Lynx, and he might be able to you might be able to do something there. That'd be my first suggestion as to what you can go and do. Because like I know that there's a part in Chrono Cross where you meet up with the Pora army, and you they eventually give you a boat. Because the boat in the original world is the Pora army boat. It kind of looks like a it's like a military looking boat. Hopefully that helps. That I think is what you would have to do next. Okay, I think we're done. I think I can work on this one on my own. I haven't even saved it. I'm so bad about that. I forget to save things. All right. This is Cool Guy Mo. Okay, let's do another one. This is such a bummer of a song. This is the winter song from Harvest Moon 1. Hopefully y'all are enjoying watching me just do like little dumb animations and stuff tonight. I do really appreciate the feedback, because as I've said numerous times, the whole point of all of this is to make it enjoyable for you, the viewer. And so I want to make things that you'll use. I want to make things that you will have fun with. Is relaxing. Sleepy Possum. I would assume Possum is probably left by now. Possum does not typically enjoy watching me do stuff like this, so. Possum's spinning emote is just like the best emote. I really, really like the spinning Possum emote. Like, look at it go up there. There's definitely something to be said for the interaction aspect of streaming. Yeah, that was something that when I first started flying toaster style with chickens would be nice. Well, we'll see how the what do you call it? The Legend of Zelda one comes out. That might be very similar to the flying toasters one. I love the Super Nintendo controller. An irrational love for the Super Nintendo controller. It's kind of like with the what people feel like with the GameCube controller, I think. People just really like the controllers. Oh, here we go. This is from Jurassic Park 2: The Chaos Continues for the Super Nintendo. Which is a cool game, but I've never gotten anywhere in that game. It's very difficult. Or rather, it's very unforgiving, might be the better way to put it. Nine SNES. You know what I want to do at some point is paint an SNES controller. The thing I'm just so worried about is that if I take it apart, it'll be ruined. I don't want to do that. On the subject of the GameCube controller, though, I am not a fan. Hopefully that does not make everyone immediately unsubscribe, but I really don't get the appeal. I felt like it was just a very average controller, or like not even average. It was weird. It's like a weird controller. People love that controller, man. It hurts your gigantic hands. What the heck? Why do you do that? This is kind of weird. This is a little bit strange looking here. Man, I really wish we had gotten more of those visual novel kind of games that were big on like the Sega Saturn. Like I played a VN game for the it was a reproduction cart, well, disc for the TurboGrafx CD, and it was super good. I know, but it's the certain look of games back then. Like I love that kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like very dithered look that you got on like I really like the way that the TurboGrafx and like the Sega CD do cutscenes where they're not pre-rendered videos, you know, they're not like little anime bits. They're all like sprite based. And I love that. There's something really cool about that to me. Like I was talking before about gesturing with my hands, you can't see it. I was talking before about Valis. Valis has what I'm talking about. It has these like cutscenes that are like sprites. And there's something cool about them. Like I remember when Black was playing, I think it was Mega Man X5. They were talking about how, you know, you went from the Mega Man X4 full like animated cutscenes to 5, which is mostly just stills. And while I respect that opinion, I actually like the stills more because the color is more vibrant. And I know that's a dumb thing to latch onto, but I love the vibrant colors. Boy, howdy, it sure is. What, my opinion is really stupid? Sorry, I'm waiting for you to respond. I'm not sure what you were... Oh, the images. Oh, okay. I thought you were like I expressed my opinion that I like the still images, and you're like, yeah, that's a dumb thing to like. I was like, well, it's fair, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a different vibe, but I kind of like it because the color's brighter and more vibrant. I don't know. Again, like, animation is obviously more engaging than not animated. That's why I'm making animations right now. But I don't know. There's something. Maybe it's quaint. Maybe it's the fact that it's sort of like, you know, there's kind of like this sense of like it was the best they could do, and so they put their all into it. That I find so intriguing. It's also kind of foreign to me in terms of like what was in the games that I had growing up. Wait a minute, did I mess up? Well, no, I mean, I get it. And don't get me wrong, I liked the cutscenes in Mega Man X4. I thought they were super cool. Like, that and the cutscenes from Mega Man 8 blew me away. Like, I played both Mega Man X4 and Mega Man 8 the same, like, summer. I went to visit a friend up in Chicago, and he had both X4 and X8, and I just thought that was the coolest thing, because I had never seen anything like that before. It was a good summer. It's a funny thing. So it wasn't actually a full summer. I visited him for like a week and a half, I think. And his mom had to like force us to leave the house because we just kept playing video games. We weren't leaving the house, and she's like, "Don't you want to go like see Chicago?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And she's like, "We're going to see Chicago now. You don't get to spend the entire time here just playing video games." So yeah, and I'm glad she did because I got to see Chicago, but I was way more interested in Mega Man. Mega Man better than Chicago. See, what did we play while I was there? So we made it all the way through Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4. His brother was playing Secret of Evermore, which got me into Secret of Evermore. There was also this game called I think it's called Vandal Hearts for the PlayStation, which is like it sort of looks like Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's like way more violent. And I remember we were playing that, and I probably should have. If you like the music that's playing right now, it's from the Super Nintendo game Zoop, which is just one of the most interesting and like graphic designy games you'll ever see from that time period. Like, I first played Zoop when I was in graphic design school, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing, because it's just so stylish, and it's got great music, and like the gameplay is fine. The gameplay is kind of like it's just a puzzle game, but it's the presentation that really does it. No one Square did Vagrant Story. Yeah. Vagrant Story was... Did I say Vagrant Story or Vandal Hearts? Vandal Hearts, I think, is the game that I'm thinking of. Vagrant, but I always get it mixed up with Vagrant Story, so I might have said Vagrant Story. I said Vagrant Story? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Vagrant Story is interesting. There were a lot of games during that time period from Square that were like really experimental. And some of them hit and then other ones didn't. But yeah, Vagrant Story was interesting. I'll tell you a silly thing about Vagrant Story. Oh shoot, we're almost at time. All right, well I might tell this last little story and then call it. And again, thank y'all very much for coming out. I swear I'll play a video game on Thursday. We'll be done with this. But so I used to play games with friends back when I had friends that were nearby. Should raid Possum. I don't even know how do you do that? Beggars Only playlist tonight. It's all Super Nintendo music, man. SNES music's the best. Yeah, so I used to play video games with friends. I would mostly watch. I like watching other people play video games, which is a large part of why I make internet content, is because I make what I want to watch, pretty much. /raid and then the channel name. Okay. I can probably do that. Yes, I am a video game cuck. Thank you, Dan. Dang. Anyway, so I remember watching my friend play Vagrant Story, and for some reason, I don't even know how it came up, but there's this one part I remember where his name was Ashley, I think was the main character, Ashley something. He was in kind of a protected position, and he was firing down at a zombie with a crossbow, and he was taking a lot of hits because the crossbow wasn't very strong. And the Adiamos music came on. So like the Adiadiamus, Adiadiamus, as he's just like shooting a zombie in the head. So anytime I hear the Adiamos music, all I can think about is shooting a zombie in Vagrant Story. Adiadiamus, Adiadiamus, very dumb. Oh my gosh. That's something that I miss. I'm gonna complain a little bit. I don't have... My closest friend right now is like an hour and a half away from where I live. So I don't really very much get to hang out with people in person anymore. Like I see him like maybe every couple of weeks, but that's about it. But man, like when I was younger, I had a friend over like every night and we'd play video games. And we'd come up with like so many like jokes and like bits and like all kinds of stuff. And man, I miss it so much. I really miss that kind of thing. That's why I'm glad y'all come out and hang out with me. It's because it's, I mean, this is the closest I can get to it outside of, you know, making friends in person, which clearly I am incapable of. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for giving me some semblance of that. All right, well, I think that's probably going to be it for tonight. Let's see if we can figure out how to raid Possum. Let's see. /raid. Possum plays? Does this do anything? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hang on, I did that wrong. Raid. Possum plays. Did that do a thing? Okay. Did that do a thing? Okay. I'm gonna leave now. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody. Go watch Possum play Dead by Daylight. Bye.